love the Eagles as much as we do, then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. The moment Kendrick Bourne's name started circulating alongside the Eagles, the entire sports community felt that familiar buzz that only true rumors can create. And when word spread that he himself had confirmed his arrival, even if indirectly and wrapped in carefully chosen words, the story instantly took on a life of its own. From the tone of his statements to the way people close to the situation reacted, everything suggested that this was more than just casual talk. For a YouTube audience hungry for behind-the-scenes narratives, this kind of development feels like pure fuel. Bourne is not just another receiver changing scenery. He is a personality, a voice, a presence in the locker room, and his connection with fans has always gone beyond the field. The idea of him stepping into the Eagles' environment sparks countless questions about fit, chemistry, and intention. Some insiders whisper that this move has been quietly discussed for longer than people realize, while others believe it happened quickly due to shifting priorities on both sides. What matters is the symbolism. A player confirming his own arrival, even before the organization fully frames the story, sends a message of confidence and excitement. It feels like Bourne wants control of the narrative, wants fans to know that he believes this chapter is important, meaningful, and potentially defining for the next phase of his career. When you start peeling back the layers of this situation, it becomes clear that Kendrick Bourne's confirmation carries more weight than a standard signing announcement. This feels personal, almost strategic, as if he understands exactly how much anticipation surrounds the Eagles and their constant search for offensive balance. Bourne has always been known as someone who reads the room well, someone who knows when to speak and when silence says more. By confirming his arrival, he indirectly invites speculation about his role, his expectations, and the promises that may have been made behind closed doors. People close to the Eagles camp have hinted that this move aligns with a broader vision, one that focuses on versatility and unpredictability rather than relying on a single superstar to carry the passing game. Bourne fits that mold perfectly. He is adaptable, energetic, and thrives in systems that allow him to improvise within structure. Fans immediately began imagining how his skill set could unlock different looks, different rhythms, and different matchups. Even skeptics admit that his presence alone forces defenses to adjust. This confirmation feels less like the end of a negotiation and more like the beginning of a carefully scripted storyline, one where Bourne sees himself not as a supporting character, but as an active contributor to something bigger. Another layer that makes this rumor so compelling is the timing and tone of Bourne's confirmation. It did not come with flashy graphics or dramatic headlines, but with a calm confidence that suggests he knows exactly where he is going and why. That kind of assurance often points to detailed conversations already having taken place, conversations about usage, expectations, and long-term vision. The Eagles are known for valuing players who bring both production and personality, and Bourne checks both boxes in a way that feels almost intentional. He brings an edge, a spark that can shift momentum in moments when energy matters just as much as execution. Some observers speculate that his arrival is meant to challenge the existing hierarchy in the receiving room, not to disrupt it, but to elevate everyone involved. Bourne has never been afraid of competition, and his confirmation feels like an open invitation to prove himself all over again. For a YouTube narrative, this is gold because it feeds into the idea of redemption, reinvention, and opportunity. It suggests that Bourne sees Philadelphia not as a stop along the way, but as a stage where he can remind everyone why his name keeps resurfacing in meaningful conversations. There is also the emotional side of this story that cannot be ignored. Kendrick Bourne has always worn his heart close to the surface, and his confirmation carries subtle hints of motivation that go beyond contracts and playbooks. Reading between the lines, some believe he sees this move as a chance to redefine how he is perceived across the league. The Eagles, with their passionate fan base and relentless media spotlight, offer exactly the kind of proving ground. Bourne stepping into that environment willingly suggests a hunger that resonates with the culture of the city. Rumors suggest that conversations with Eagles leadership focused heavily on trust, communication, and freedom of expression on and off the field. That matters to a player like Bourne, who thrives when he feels valued as more than just a stat line. His confirmation may be simple on the surface, but underneath, it carries the weight of someone choosing a challenge rather than comfort. Fans speculate about how quickly he can build chemistry with the quarterback, how his routes might complement existing weapons, and how his attitude could influence the locker room dynamic. Every angle of this story feels alive, unfinished, and open to interpretation. As the speculation continues to grow, the confirmation itself becomes a kind of anchor point around which countless theories orbit. Some suggest that Bourne's arrival signals a philosophical shift in how the Eagles want to attack defenses, leaning more into flexibility and deception rather than predictability. Others believe it is about depth, insurance, and experience, adding a player who has seen different systems and can adapt on the fly. Bourne's career has been defined by moments of surprise, and this move feels no different. The way he confirmed it, without excessive detail, leaves just enough mystery to keep everyone guessing. That ambiguity fuels discussion, reaction videos, and endless breakdowns. For a YouTube audience, it creates the perfect storm of content because every word he said can be analyzed, every pause interpreted. The Eagles thrive in this kind of spotlight, and Bourne seems comfortable stepping right into it. His confirmation feels like a handshake with the fans, a quiet promise that he is ready to embrace whatever expectations come with wearing that uniform. Whether this turns into a major storyline or a subtle but important subplot remains to be seen, but the intrigue alone already makes it feel significant. What truly elevates this rumor to another level is how naturally KENDRICK Bourne seems to fit into the broader narrative surrounding the Eagles right now. This is a team constantly balancing ambition with realism, tradition with evolution, and Bourne's confirmation slots neatly into that ongoing story. He is not being presented as a savior or a missing piece, but as an ingredient that could change the flavor of the entire offense. That distinction matters. It lowers pressure while raising curiosity. Fans begin to wonder how he will be used in critical moments, how his presence might open space for others, and how his energy could shift the tone of close games. The speculation is not about whether he belongs, but about how impactful he can be if everything aligns. Bourne's own words suggest belief, not bravado, and that resonates deeply with a fan base that values authenticity. As the first part of this story settles, one thing becomes clear. This confirmation is not just news, it is a spark that ignites conversation, imagination, and expectation, setting the stage for everything that might come next in this unfolding Eagles chapter. As the story moves into a second phase, the focus naturally shifts from the act of confirmation to the ripple effects it creates across the Eagles ecosystem. KENDRICK Bourne's arrival, at least as he has framed it, immediately raises questions about identity and direction. Speculation suggests that the coaching staff sees him as more than a rotational option, viewing his experience and adaptability as tools that can be deployed creatively. Bourne has played in systems that demanded discipline and others that rewarded improvisation, and that blend of backgrounds makes him intriguing in a scheme that values both structure and spontaneity. His confirmation has been interpreted by some analysts as a signal that he expects meaningful involvement, not just snaps, but moments. The Eagles have a history of embracing players who bring something slightly unconventional, and Bourne fits that pattern. His energy on the sideline, his communication with teammates, and his willingness to embrace pressure all align with a culture that thrives on emotion and intensity. For fans consuming this as a narrative, it feels like the opening chapter of a deeper story, one where Bourne's personality becomes just as important as his production. The speculation grows not out of hype, but out of compatibility. Another fascinating angle in this ongoing rumor is how KENDRICK Bourne's confirmation subtly reshapes the conversation around leadership within the team. While he may not arrive with the title of veteran captain, his voice carries weight precisely because it is genuine. People familiar with his career often describe him as someone who lifts the mood without undermining focus, a balance that is harder to achieve than it sounds. The Eagles' locker room has always valued accountability, and Bourne's presence could quietly reinforce that standard. Speculation suggests that his communication style resonates with younger players, offering guidance without condescension. By confirming his arrival publicly, Bourne positions himself as someone ready to engage, ready to be visible, and ready to be held accountable. That openness can have a powerful effect on team chemistry. Fans begin to imagine moments where his enthusiasm sparks momentum, where his voice cuts through tension during challenging stretches. The rumor mill even hints at Bourne being part of informal leadership circles, the kind that form organically rather than through official designations. His confirmation feels like the first step toward that influence, signaling that he is not coming to blend into the background, but to participate fully in the emotional and competitive heartbeat of the Eagles. The strategic implications of Kendrick Bourne's arrival also fuel endless speculation among analysts and content creators. His skill set invites creative thinking, especially in how matchups could be manipulated. Bourne is known for his ability to find soft spots in coverage, to adjust routes on the fly, and to turn routine plays into meaningful gains through effort and awareness. When he confirms his arrival, it suggests that these traits are being actively sought, not accidentally acquired. The Eagles have often leaned on multiplicity, and Bourne adds another layer to that approach. Some speculate that his presence allows for more flexible formations, more motion, and more unpredictability in key situations. Others believe his value lies in reliability, in being the receiver who understands spacing and timing when plays break down. The rumor grows because there is no single obvious answer, and that uncertainty is exciting. Bourne's confirmation does not resolve these questions, it amplifies them. For a YouTube narrative, that is ideal because it invites viewers to imagine scenarios, to debate possibilities, and to invest emotionally in what might happen when preparation meets opportunity. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. There's also a business and branding dimension to this rumor that should not be overlooked. Kendrick Bourne has cultivated a personal brand built on authenticity, humor, and connection, and the Eagles' market amplifies those qualities. His confirmation can be seen as a savvy move, aligning himself with a franchise that commands attention and loyalty. Speculation suggests that both sides recognize the mutual benefit in this partnership. The Eagles gain a player who resonates with fans beyond the stat sheet, while Bourne gains a platform that magnifies his voice. This dynamic adds another layer to the story, because it suggests intentionality beyond football tactics. Fans begin to see Bourne not just as a receiver, but as a personality who fits the identity of the city. His confirmation feels like a handshake with the fan base, an acknowledgement of the passion and scrutiny that come with wearing that uniform. That mutual recognition deepens the intrigue, because it implies a relationship built on more than convenience. It feels like alignment, and alignment often leads to memorable moments. As speculation continues, some voices caution against inflated expectations, reminding everyone that transitions take time and chemistry cannot be forced. Yet even these cautious takes acknowledge the potential embedded in Bourne's arrival. His confirmation sets expectations, not in terms of numbers, but in terms of presence. The idea is not that he will single-handedly transform the offense, but that he will contribute to an environment where options multiply and confidence grows. The Eagles have always valued players who embrace their role while remaining ready for more, and Bourne's career reflects that mindset. His confirmation suggests he understands this balance, that he is coming prepared to earn his place rather than assume it. This humility, combined with confidence, is what keeps the rumor grounded even as excitement builds. Fans are not just dreaming, they are projecting based on patterns they have seen before. Bourne's arrival fits those patterns in a way that feels organic rather than forced. Ultimately, The rumor surrounding Kendrick Bourne's confirmation of his arrival to the Eagles feels less like a fleeting headline and more like the foundation of a longer narrative arc. It is the kind of story that evolves week by week, shaped by moments, interactions, and subtle shifts in perception. His confirmation is not the climax, but the inciting incident, the moment when speculation turns into anticipation. For a YouTube storyteller, this is the ideal setup because it invites viewers to stay engaged, to watch closely, and to interpret every development through the lens of that initial statement. Bourne has effectively opened the door and stepped through it, leaving everyone else to imagine what the room looks like on the other side. Whether this chapter becomes legendary or quietly influential remains uncertain, but the intrigue is undeniable. His confirmation has already done its job, sparking conversation, debate, and imagination, which is exactly what rumors are meant to do. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.